Hey, what's up, everybody? Those watching, this pre-recorded on YouTube. We're live. We're on Twitch and also on YouTube as well. So don't forget, our Twitch channels are WFSO and WFSO2. So if you guys get a chance, you can be on there at times, like during the live, or just, or you just want to watch, the pre-recorded episode. Anyways, like I said, tomorrow's Backlash. It'll be in St. Louis. But yeah, like I said, I'm bummed about the 5 matches. I was thinking, I was hoping, they do more, but I don't get this, quantity over quality crap. It seems like everybody in not just WWE, but also in the movie business too. With Marvel, talk about they're gonna do quality over quantity, and it just sucks that they can't do both. So that means they ain't multi talented. Like the same thing with WWE. But I guess that's the only great thing about Vince McMahon. But he make the matches that more matches that be worth the money that you're paying. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is upsetting. But I don't care if they had a match or two on the pre-show, because the pre-show is getting out of hand. There's an hour pre-show, then 2 hours and stuff like that. It's just insane. But I'm probably going to talk about this until they do something, which I don't think they're going to do anything for a while. And plus, when we make our complaints and stuff, they don't listen to majority of the time. No, some of the time they don't listen to fans. Just put it that way. But yeah, we are gonna talk about these 5 matches and my predictions on them. I could be right, could be wrong. Intercontinental Championship, Dominic Mysterio is going to defend it against Penta. So if y'all saw the fatal oh hey, I can't even pronounce your name. I like that. Triple H is Hulk Hogan and Shawn Michaels is the Brutus. Oh, Brutus the Barber Beefcake. That is funny. Okay, I'll just check in anybody else and need to say something. We're talking about tomorrow's Backlash paper, PLE. I'm gonna constantly do that and say pay per view. Now they call it PLE. As you heard, the wife it's a pay per view.
Sorry, I ain't even asleep yet.
I get it. I know I gotta go to sleep soon. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to do this quick video and hopefully get done with it. But anyways, I think Penta ended up getting a, you might have said kind of like a rematch, because I think he got pinned at no, he did. I'm trying to think who got pinned at WrestleMania. I think no, Finn pinned Dominic in WrestleMania. So Penta was due for a rematch, because it was gonna be a 1-on-1. Then added to a fatal 4-way, and now you got this match. Dominic Mysterio just won it at WrestleMania, but I don't think he's gonna lose it just like that, or they're gonna treat it like they did with Jey Uso, hold it for a few months, then end up losing it. So I don't know. Half of the time you don't get what's going on, and it's but mainly Hogan and Cleveland, August 30th. Probably promoting this beer, so I ain't surprised. But yeah, I think Dominic Mysterio is really going to retain the title, so no mistake about that. Now you got the Fatal 4-Way for the United States Championship match. You have Jacob Fatu defending the United States title against LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre. So, the WrestleMania match with Jacob Fatu and LA Knight. And Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, they had their own match. Yadi Ahmad Yazi Hey, what's up? So, hopefully I did get your name right. So, if I didn't, I apologize. Um, but yeah, Jacob Fatu just showing that he's good at what he does, and like I seen his matches even before, like he went to WWE, went to the MLW show, and I got a photo and a picture, a photo and autograph, I should say. Well, yeah, straight up good dude. And you're seeing that the crowd is like really behind him now. But I think they probably were in the beginning. But I think the people that don't know Jacob Fatu and get to see him ever since he busted into the scene mid last year. It's mainly like showing them that yeah, look at this, me. So doing this thing. It's kind of good, put like LA Knight into the rematch, then, having Drew McIntyre go for the United States title, which is kind of strange, but I think Drew McIntyre will end up facing Jacob Fatu 1-on-1 at some point. Could it be Saturday's night main event? Maybe. Money in the Bank? Maybe. Who knows? But I'm picking Jacob Fatu to retain the United States title. And I'm saying, he just won it, so I don't think that's, actually, going to happen. Like, it don't make sense. So, picking Jacob Fatu for that. Something, that kind of started, a few weeks ago with, oh, damn, they got overtime. The Thunder in Denver, yeah, they got overtime. They tied at 102. But, anyways, Pat McAfee versus Gunter. You haven't seen Pat McAfee wrestle in a while, so he's back and forth, with his podcast, and at the time, doing WWE, doing some matches in NXT, then called up to be the announcer and did a few matches during this like first time there. Then the second time, they welcome him back. I think what God, I can't remember the Rob Gogonski. I may have said his name wrong. He used to play for the Patriots, then play with Tampa Bay before he officially retired. So that's what they expect Grunk to be like Pat McAfee, but it didn't turn out that way, and he went back to football for like 1 year. Then they I don't know what's going on with that. So, but I think Gronk is probably be done anyway, and plus he's doing I think he's on CBS or something like that, or Fox for doing like football commentary. I forgot which one, but anyways, Pat McAfee, loves the wrestling business, and of course, football. He was like their punter for like a certain amount of time, and I think he did win the championship with the Colts when Peyton Manning was on the team. That's why I think I could be right on that one, but I don't know. Yeah, y'all let me know. Gunter, ended up attacking Michael Cole. Pat McAfee tried to make the save, and Gunter, attacked him. Then, like last week, not this past Monday, but the Monday before, Pat McAfee was back, and really a promo that you have to censor it. They did a little bit of some of it, but the rest of it they was like it's just like they just stopped it. It wasn't no beep or anything. They just like cut it for a second and went back to it. Well, yeah, that was a crazy promo. Then this past Monday they had a one-on-one just talking exchange, and both Gunner and Pat McAfee did good. But if they want to make Gunter put him like not into the title picture right now, they can easily just have Gunter lose this match, and maybe Pat McAfee and Gunter may face one more time. But I could be wrong about this one, but I say Pat McAfee will win this match. Women's Intercontinental Championship, Lyra Valkyria. You got her defending the Women's Intercontinental title against Becky Lynch. The only women's match that's on the card. No Becky Lynch returned at WrestleMania, and one point, Lyra Valkyria was double champion, tag team champion, and Intercontinental champion. And when she heard Becky, I'm trying to think who they take on. Raquel and Liv. So they lost it. Then 24 hours later, had a rematch, and they lost it back to Raquel and Liv. So I guess they probably was doing they did that title change like in 24 hours and stuff like that, just because to tell the story, which seems like that that's what they were trying to do. Excuse me. But I don't know, then they had a promo, I think it was this week, it was last week that Becky Lynch admitted that she was the one that attacked Bayley, because it was supposed to be Bayley and Lyra Valkyria supposed to go for the tag team titles. So I guess with Lyra, I had her match with Becky Lynch in NXT, and also with there's a couple of tag team matches in NXT. So I know it's like, why not? And I think, she's going with the, since Seth Rollins is heel, why not put her as a heel too? Yeah, it's maybe the thing, but I guess, like I'm saying that if they want to continue this feud, they gotta let Lyra Valkyria retain. But you've seen some crazy stuff when it comes to WWE, and when it comes Becky Lynch, her return, she beat Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and it was just crazy. Her being Becky two belts with the winning the Raw and the SmackDown Women's Championship, and but now with the new titles that changed, she hasn't been the Women's World Champion, and plus hasn't been the WWE Women's Champion. So she got a lot on her plate if she wanted to win that. But then again, Intercontinental Championship, if she wins it, more gold for her. But I'm only seeing that, like I said, they need Lyra Valkyria to retain this title if they want to continue the feud. So have her win. Then if y'all face like off on Saturday Night Main Event or something, then face her again, have her win. Then if y'all decide Money in the Bank, she'll lose it, then do that. Well, yeah, Valkyria have been holding it since January, so decent run. If it goes a little bit longer, cool. But I just see Lyra Valkyria retaining, because it's make the most like common sense. So that's what I'm going by. What makes the most common sense? John Cena defending the undisputed WWE champion, his first title defense against Randy Orton. Mainly, Randy Orton ended up having John Cena's number, especially the trick he did at the closing moments of SmackDown, having like a fake person like come in, and Cena got him, but Randy Orton out of nowhere, RKO him again, and yeah. Well, either way, it's like you making the match look like believable that Randy is actually gonna beat him. But I guess what people was upset with him and John Cena and Cody Rhodes match, like Travis Scott interfered, and why The Rock wasn't in there, because whatever. I think I saw did I do the last video? Okay, I think might have watched it, but it's like, why The Rock ruined wrestling. It was a YouTuber that made the video, and I thought it was like a very good video and have some points in there that make sense. So yeah, I think the guy's right. It's like, why do all that Elimination Chamber and supposed to be John Cena supposed to sell his soul, and you need The Rock, he ain't got to interfere, but at least be there. I don't know. Maybe they got like another story going, and it's just kind of crazy, you know. Okay, we don't see The Rock since Elimination Chamber. Then it's like, if he's not going to show up, like, what's the point of him showing that Elimination Chamber? I really don't see that. I don't know, but you know, they kind of, you know, dropped hints when he was at Bad Blood last year. So I guess you saw the sign and just didn't think of it at the moment. But anyways, John Cena is gonna retain, so you know, and probably will defend it again at Saturday's Night Main Event. So I think that's the next appearance that he's gonna be at, because I know he's scheduled for a lot of appearances in May, June, and I think part of July. So yeah, so probably a lot of times, you know, defend the belts and stuff like that. So you know, maybe WWE will slip in, you know, a July pay per view, which supposed to be the Evolution, the all women's pay per view, but you know, maybe they'll have something after that. You never know. But yeah, I'm predicting that, you know, John Cena is going to retain the WWE Championship. Like, it kind of, you know, it makes the most sense, and you know, he just won it, unless they're going to go back and forth with this match. But if they do, you know, maybe they'll put more on this plate. You know, be the 18-time world champion or something like. Well, you know, anything can happen. Well, like some of us been saying about WWE, you know, some of their matches at times get like too predictable, and there are some of their matches, you know, that's not. So, like NXT, for example, it's very unpredictable. So you can't predict, you know, with NXT, and you know, the main roster of WWE, you can at times, because you know, it's like common sense. That's basically what it is. But anyways, that are my predictions, and you know, we'll see from there. And it's about to hit midnight, so I gotta hurry up and put this out there. Anyways, thank you guys that's watching on Twitch. Please, you know, share the channel. Let people know what we do here. We try to do live content like almost every day when we can. So, you know, be one of the viewers or be one of the followers, and you know, try to view the channel. So you know, try and get followers here. So help me out. After you guys on YouTube, watching live or pre-recorded, if you like today's video, please give it a like. If you want to comment about this, do you think like some of the predictions I made are wrong, or you agree with me? So either way, or you think you agree with me some, but maybe the other certain matches is not, you know, going to think differently. So, you know, comment below. We'll talk about it. Also, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and so please subscribe. Got big plans for 2026 for WFSO. So hopefully we get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That's what we're pushing for, and hopefully we will get there. Also, over 2,600 videos. Wait a minute. Yeah, 2,600 videos and counting. So, and plus being on there for the last, you know, 16 years and counting. Okay, Denver won, so that's interesting. Hey, I didn't think the OKC was gonna fold, but we'll talk about that another time. But anyways, you know, we do wrestling content, we do Milwaukee Bucks content, we also do comic book movies and TV news. So we will talk about that this Sunday on WFSO Aftermath, about the numbers for Thunderbolts in its second weekend. And maybe sometime tomorrow I'll probably just post a video to see how they did. Well, you might as well say yesterday, since now is May 10th, Saturday. So yeah, we'll talk about that. Also, you know, you get an opportunity, check out the website WrestleFansSpeakout.weebly.com, with upcoming events in the Midwest. Also, videos like this, and also you have photos, you know, that we did like at events, like wrestling events and Bucks events, and you know, some pictures of some of the players and some of the wrestlers too. So you have opportunity, check them out. Thank to Mike and Robin Thompson for the sponsorship, and also thank Midway Wrestling Collectibles for the sponsorship as well. So if you have an opportunity, check out with Midwest Wrestling Collectibles on Facebook. Videos like VHS, DVD of wrestling content, and also action figures. So you're a collector, you probably be interested in checking them out. So check out Midwest Wrestling Collectibles on Facebook. And don't forget to this month is Mental Health Awareness Month. So please check in your people, check in your family, make sure they okay. And suicide and and mental health is no joke. Take it from me. Suffering from mental illness myself. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Until the next video, you guys have a good one. And see you later. Okay, let me end this.